Google Wendy Crawford Daniel or Unveiling Island Passion or CaribBeLink.com. Carib CaribBelink. CaribBeLink, and you can get the book available there. Yeah.
When you speak to young people and you say you were on Grenada at Anglican High School, what is the message that you are leaving them with vis-a-vis education overall?
Right. I always try to impress on them that they're the future, and they need to take the education to the maximum. The world is changing so much with globalization. We cannot settle anymore for a high school education. It will not take us very far. And so I try to impress on them the importance of tertiary education, the importance of getting out there. It doesn't have to be in the Caribbean. It could be any part of the world where the opportunity exists. Because my position is, once our people has advanced themselves, improve yourself academically or otherwise, you are contributing to the development of our country. Whether it's through sending stuff home or just, improving yourself. So that is what I try to impress on them. Do not settle anymore. Do not settle for a high school education and think that's it. You have to go beyond tertiary education.
Talking to Professor Wendy Crawford Daniels, one gets a feeling of a woman who, in spite of her achievements and accomplishments on the academic level, that she's still down to earth and can talk to anybody and is willing to speak to anybody. This book, Unveiling Island Passions, is her first novel, and we had the pleasure of talking to her during Grenada Day in Brooklyn. Professor Daniels seemed to have a real candid sense of humor and is a real person, touchy-feely Grenadian person. It comes through in her writing, it comes through in her speech, it comes through in her conversation. For Caribbean Classroom, my name is John Crow. So we're speaking to Eric Holder of PBC, Grenada Presentation Boys College?
Brothers College.
Oh, Brothers College. But I always said Boys College. I mean, growing up, that's how they told me.
Brothers.
It's Brothers College.
Yeah.
No, tell us about the organization. And I know you guys have been in existence now for how long?
Just about, I would say maybe about 12 years.
But the college has been in existence for?
Well, it's over 50 years. We had a 50th anniversary in, I think it was 2010. We had a 50th anniversary.
No, okay. There is the New York chapter of the Alumni Association, is what they call it?
That's correct.
Okay. Talk to me about some of the activities that you guys are involved with.
Okay, I'll just take it back to when this current group actually took full control of the association. We basically, the class of 1965, we basically took the reins from the prior group. That was an older group that where the chairman was Mr. Caesar, and you had guys like Jude Cameron was the treasurer. And one of the first things that we did, we once we got together, we revitalized the association by first setting it up as a 501c3 corporation, and that was one of the major things that we accomplished. And that was done in 2001. Once we had done that, we set about fundraising, and when we started, we basically had 3 fundraising activities. The first one was annual bus ride to Atlantic City. Then in the summer, maybe just about July, we had a boat ride on the Hudson. And when we just started, we would do that jointly with St. Joseph Convent Alumni Association, and that was pretty successful. We would work together and generate funds both for St. Joseph Convent and PBC. And then on an annual basis too, we also had what we call a year-end dance, where we would again try to generate as much funds as possible to support the school.
Over the years, you have done a lot of support to the school back home. You want to give us an idea as to what that is? What that look like?
The funds that we were generating at the inception, 100% of it was put into a new wing that we had agreed. We had entered into arrangement with PBC and the school association to pay for 100% of the materials that was used to put that new wing in. And the materials came from LA Porcelain, Grenada, and we undertook to pay off that. I think it was just about 87,000 EC dollars. And in 3 years ago, in 2009, we actually made the final payment on that wing.
Somebody who is hearing about presentation college for the first time, what is it that you want them to know about that school that is so unique?
Okay, Presentation College is a performer, right? If you were to check the statistics in terms of their performance with the CXC, they are rated just about with the best in Grenada in terms of turning out qualified students, right? And if you were to check the records for PBC as a whole, you would know that PBC has put out the most prime ministers that have served the country.
Okay. Give me an idea of some of the other luminaries that we've had coming out of college, PBC.
Okay. We have also, our group have also undertaken to supply PBC with sporting equipment. We have provided cricket equipment in the amount of over $2,000. We have in 2006, I think, we went out here. We went to a Guyanese group, and we had to do some research to get that, and they were responsible for assembling several used cricket gear from test cricketers, and we were able to secure some of those equipment, of course at a cost, and we send them on to the college. In addition to that, from time to time, we would send supplies like spandex and sporting gear for the athletes, spikes for the athletes, and just about anything that the principal would request that we do have the ability to provide.
Who's the current principal now?
The principal right now is Mr. Jeremiah.
scholarships. Does this organization provide scholarships to would-be students of PBC?
Well, that is something that we're looking at right now. We have attempted to do so in the past, but we were, I guess, based on the executive decision, we had decided to go with things like deferring the cost on the wing, providing sporting equipment, and providing other things that they call it needed at the basic level. I think that going forward now, we are going to start looking to see what type of scholarship that we could provide, not only for PBC in Grenada, but for ex-students who have come to the United States and willing to further their education opportunities.
If I want to contact PBC and to find out more about all of what you do, tell me, how could we do that?
Okay, we can get contacted by telephone at 718-504-4228. And that same number is also a fax number. You can also fax information to us using the same telephone number.
Okay, do you have a website?
Yeah, we do have a website, and the website is www.pbcalumni.org. pbcalumni.org. And we also have an email address that you could use, and the email address is pbcaa@pbcalumni.org.
So what does the future of PBC look like?
I think PBC is one of the most prominent educational institutions in Grenada. Not only because they have the support of PBC Alumni Association in New York, PBC Alumni Association in Canada, and there is an association being developed, I think, somewhere in Europe. So with the influx of support from all these various PBC alumni groups, I think PBC is well on the way to becoming even more successful in terms of the product that they offer and put out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.